we are going to let's talk about Tenet and James's experience going to the movie theater in our COVID era, and whether or not it's worth it to go see Tenet or wait it out. Go for it, James.
Well, I took a gamble last Sunday. AMC in Jersey was they were actually open, COVID prepped. So I took one of our subscribers and loyal Patreons, TTY pineapples, TTV pineapples, and we went to go to the AMC Paramus Mall to catch the movie. And one thing I noticed is that, first of all, it's a Sunday. So in Jersey, for those of you who don't know, in my county, it's a blue county. So that means most of the time the malls are not open, except for certain essentials. So the movie theater is one of the only things that's open.
That's empty.
Yeah, the parking lot was pretty dead. Parked, walked in, and then AMC had like hand sanitizers on both sides of the entryway. All of these side ticket panels that you normally pick up your tickets, whether it's pre-ordered or you want to purchase it at the theater, they were X'd off, social distancing. The ticket counter, the gal behind it had a full plexiglass as if you were in a store. Everyone had masks. You couldn't enter without a mask on, first of all. I didn't notice any temperature scans being done, like in some places. But other than that, every single other refreshment and food service line was blocked off, so you can only go one or the other. You couldn't really commingle. And once I got to the actual movie theater itself, I went to go. I treated myself to the Dolby IMAX theater, and I noticed there was about maybe 10 of us in a 250 capacity movie theater. For the most part, 8 out of 10 of us were all far apart, mask on, except for this one couple that walked in really late in the middle of the trailers, an older couple. They weren't wearing masks. They were yapping in the middle of the trailers. The husband was arguing with the wife about popcorn, wherever it was. So that was the only thing I noticed where people weren't really paying attention to the rules. The air conditioning was off, and I realized why they did it as an engineer, but it did feel a little comfortable in a three-hour plus movie. Halfway through, when you know the stagnant temperature in air, there's no circulation. That was one of the biggest difference in the movie theater. You know, it's always blowing cold air at a certain velocity. The ACs are purposely turned off to mitigate recirculation of possible microbes. And then once the movie had ended, I walked out, and I tried to interview a guy and his mom who had caught the movie on his way out. Fortunately, it wasn't recorded. Rookie mistake.
What?
So you just talked to some strangers.
By the way, this guy was giving.
So you're just talking to strangers, basically.
Yeah, he was giving good nuggets because he was a huge Christopher Nolan fan, and the spoiler-free part in this movie, he was hitting it on the sound editing wasn't on point. The cinematography, so there were certain clashes in the dialogue, and I'm like, oh man, I got some juicy, get the people what they want type of interview, extra. And none of that was recorded. I apologize. I didn't realize until I got to my car before I left the movie theater that nothing was recorded from our conversation. So apologies to JJ Sansone if you're out there. I didn't get it recorded, so I don't have the footage to show. But I did email you. So yeah, shout out to you.
Did you wear this mask upside down the whole time?
I did. I also realized
another rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Too, when I was looking for the video of him, I realized, as I was pointing to, Hero Speak podcast, I was pointing to the wrong cheek. But you can see behind me, this is the AMC movie theater in Paramus Garden State Mall. You can probably see there's like almost no human traffic behind me. Some of the kiosks, that's TTV Pineapples in front of me there. Loyal subscriber. You can see the panel. Some of them are blocked off on purpose. I didn't go into the restrooms, but I figured they would probably be the same. Some of the stalls are closed off just to minimize people from congregating too far into too close together.
Mm-hmm.
And then so this is the footage that I think that I started off. So this is a gentleman that I was talking to after I thought the interview ended. So he was just telling me about his channel that he had a year ago. And that's his mom, who was great, by the way. She was funny. She was like, I had no idea what's happening other than the explosions and the cool special effects. I was eating my popcorn.
So what's your take on the movie itself?
Way too long. But my pros about this movie is I think what Christopher Nolan was trying to do was take Inception and Memento and inject some LeBron James HGH like a super man's movie.
Yeah.
But I think like LeBron James normally, it kind of cramped up halfway through the second. There was too much happening with the sound. The sound definitely was one of, and Mike could probably attest to this. There was just too much happening sound-wise in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you couldn't really hear the dialogue because you're
right, and that kind of threw me off because I was still kind of confused after watching the movie, like about how things were happening, and because the sound was kind of just distracting at times.
It was. But pros is that third act when it finally comes together, like when LeBron won the 2017 finals against the Warriors, 2016 finals against the Warriors at Game 7. When it finally came together, it made sense, like what we were watching from first act all the way to the finale of the movie. But you wish that 20 minutes or so could have been shaved off, and some sound could have been dialed down a little bit. So it's like Chris Nolan was trying to get ahead of himself, trying to give us like a super brain type of movie with special effects to the point where he overdid it. So
yeah, it was still a great movie though.
I'm glad that I did watch it in Dolby because I realized how terrible it sounded when you get the full effect of it.
Mm-hmm. And online a lot of people are trying to say, how's it compared to Inception? And I told you, like, you can't really compare the two.
You cannot.
The only if you want to really compare it to a Nolan film, I would say Interstellar would be the one.
Not even.
Might be able to because of the science.
Closest, but not even.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it definitely a film on its own to make you think, about the specific science in that movie and the technology. Beautifully filmed, great acting, definitely a great Nolan film overall, which, and it did have its, what do you call it? Like, there are things I would, you could critique about it, but overall, I thought it was definitely worth the watch,
Mm-hmm.
So, Mike, were there people in the movie theater in Canada?
I went to a drive-in.
Yeah, like that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking James was gonna go to a drive-in too. Don't they have something out there in Jersey?
I gotta look at it. I couldn't find anything. I didn't look hard enough, to be honest with you. But
because that I would have been totally way more comfortable with.
I mean, honestly, I felt comfortable. I looked around. Other than the one.
Oh no, what you described. No, what you described sound cool.
There was that one couple that I wasn't the only one. I looked around. There was a couple teens all the way down my row that was there. They were looking at these two people of our generation and age making a fool of themselves without a mask on and yapping. And they
Really?
were disgusted. They were like, "Come on, Generation X, get it together."
Yeah, the drive-in was cool because everybody's sitting in their cars and whatever, and you park.
The sound in your car.
Huh?
Were you listening to sound in your car, or was it out?
Yeah, through the stereo system. Yeah.
That must. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it wasn't as great as being in a Dolby theater, right? But
Yeah, because
still not too bad, and the screen is
The
ridiculous.
helicopter blades whirling was deafening.
Oh.
The bullets ricocheting in certain scenes was too much.
See, that's
you can't turn it down on
right in the car. I can turn it up and down as needed, right? So that was
No, and I think maybe because there was less bodies in the movie, so the sound absorption wasn't the same. Like,
Oh, you don't have
it
this.
was like we felt like we were in the movie in the worst places in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So maybe that was a streaming movie and not necessarily a movie theater watching movie. And
By the way, I will give props to Robert Pattinson for his performance in this movie.
oh, let's give shout out to everyone, not just him. The
No,
actor
but I'm saying
who played the villain,
because people are kind of like, oh, the Twilight guy's playing Batman, but I think he did okay as a kind of like an agent, tough guy. Like
I
he
can see him
doesn't.
as Bruce Wayne, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know how he's going to be as Batman, except for that little clip we saw. But as Bruce Wayne, I think he'd be all right so far.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I like the actor who played the main villain. He was every scene that he was in, you felt like the threat.
Yeah, that's Kenneth Branagh, by the way. You guys know him from he directed Thor 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's Hercule Poirot in
Poirot.
in Murder on the Orient Express.
By the way, let us put John Washington as one of Hollywood's best short action man. It's clear in this movie, unlike Tom Cruise, who through special effects he hides his height and a lot of the stuff. It's clear John Washington's his height.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't even. They don't even try to hide that he's like,
They don't even care.
freaking Eric's height. He is short, and he does his action sequences, and everybody that he's in that set with is like at least 12 inches taller.
All right, I gotta look this up now.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And that's something that you can't, when you watch the movie, every fighting scene or every action or running scene, clearly he looks like he's.
There's no getting around it.
Dude, he's
Cover it up.
according to Google, he's 5'9".
No.
Google's lying.
No, how
Oh.
tall is Pattinson? Because when they're together, there's a big difference.
He's the same height as Robert Downey Jr. As here, Robert Pattinson is 6'1". So
Okay.
yeah, that's like 4 inches.
No,
So
what?
that's
You're shaking your
quite
head. That's why.
He doesn't believe it. Those are
That's-
NBA.
that's more
Those are
important.
NBA stats.
actually technically
How
Taylor
tall is he without his shoes?
Taylor Lautner is 5'9" too. Holy shit, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, he was in a movie too. Yeah, he played a different role.
So Ben
Oh,
Affleck, 6'4".
He was?
Wait, who's
I said Taylor Lautner because
No,
he
Taylor
was
Lautner was the werewolf in the
he was the
Twilight.
werewolf in Twilight.
who was the Quicksilver in MCU? Who was
Oh,
also Kick-Ass.
yeah.
Oh,
that-
Aaron Taylor
Yeah,
Thompson.
Aaron-
Yeah, that guy, because he was in the movie.
Well,
I think,
okay,
third
Is
act.
he?
Yeah. Oh,
You
sorry.
guys are so good with names.
Aren't we?
Are we? I don't know. We're just throwing names out here.
I
That's
never
right.
remember any of these actors' names. Like that guy from those 8 movies.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's 5'11".
Yeah, he seemed much taller there. Come on, man. There was a scene where they were talking. It looked like he was looking down at him. No way. No way. He's not 5'9".
Maybe he's 5'9", like some of those basketball players are like, or some of the QBs are like, yeah, I'm 6.
Dude, he's 5'4".
No, he's not that short. Come on.
Poor guy.
All right. So you guys give it a go watch or wait till it comes out on video. What do you guys think?
Look, safety first, right? So I'm gonna tell you go watch it if it's safe. Otherwise, just
Yeah,
wait.
drive-in.
Yeah.
I agree with Mike. If you can watch it safely.
Oh, so it's not good enough to risk your life, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no movie is. So
So
It's-
then that
it's
shouldn't
not-
even count.
It's not going to change your life.
so then this particular, what you go, it doesn't even count.
I mean, I
That
felt
question is moot.
safe. I have my Clorox wipes. I have my gloves, my mask. I
He's
was
like
safe.
breathing the Clorox wipe.
that was the mask.
Chlorophyll himself.
No wonder the movie didn't make any sense.
You had bleach on the brain.
That man is trying to abduct himself. I think he's schizophrenic.
But I have to give you the visual effects, though. It was worth it to watch
Yeah.
on a large screen, because that's some crazy stuff that he was able to pull off.
Yeah, so when they're going, when some of them
No, we're not giving any spoilers.
Yeah,
no, it's not a spoiler. It's the premise of the movie. Some of them are going backwards and some are going forwards, and when they do those scenes, they look amazing. So,
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
On a large screen.
yeah.
I don't know anyone's 4K
That'll be
TV.
quite enough of that.
Sure.
All right.